Jesse and Joe, let them know. Hard gas tales, keep it real, let it show. From the school halls to the world's hustle and bustle. Tune in weekly, gotta stay in the shuffle.
Hey, Joe, what's going on?
Hey, Jesse. It's good to be back. I don't know what's going on. What's going on with you?
Oh, really not much. Been doing some paperwork at school. Just been tired. That trip we went on Sunday wore me out.
We went on a trip Sunday.
Yeah, we did. It was fun. But the walk killed me. It was a total of 2.2 miles from the truck to the seats to the truck.
I didn't realize
That's
it was
hard
that
on
far.
a fat guy.
Yeah, when you said that, I don't know. I walk that much, it seems like, all the time. So I
Yeah,
didn't
but
notice.
it was like uphill going back.
I mean, yeah,
It was
guess.
downhill going.
I didn't
coming.
notice. I don't want you to rub it in or anything, but I didn't really notice.
I did because I'm fat, Joe.
Let's let the folks know where we went. So Saturday, you and I eat breakfast.
Yep, ate breakfast.
That day, our friend Sean joined us.
Yep.
It's what he does on occasion. And he said, "You guys are ready to go to the NASCAR tomorrow?"
And I said, yes, we are.
I said, "Yeah." And I looked, and I was like, "Oh, that's tomorrow, isn't
Yeah,
it?"
that's tomorrow, isn't
I
it?
totally forgot. I
Yeah.
was not prepared.
It was on my calendar, so I kind of knew about it.
It was not on my calendar.
Yeah.
What was on my calendar for Sunday was finishing up my paper.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was due at midnight.
Yeah, and you were panicking.
So I had to, I thought I had all day to sit at home.
And you called me Saturday, what was it,
Evening.
like 7-ish? And you're like, I don't think I'm going to go.
And I
I'm
was
like,
working on it from breakfast
And,
all day.
I'm like, Joe, you can go. You're not going to do no more at home than if you're sitting in the back of that truck typing away for 2 hours as we're driving to Austin, or hour and a half, whatever it took. And so that's what he did.
But my reason I thinking I was going to have to stay at home was I had a couple examples that I was going off of, and I had that on one monitor, a big monitor.
Yeah, yeah,
And then I was using a different laptop to type it.
yeah.
And then you, Jesse, said, "Well, why don't you just print it out?"
Print it out, duh.
So my printer was on the fritz. Your printer was on the. Well, we ended up getting them printed out.
Yeah,
it was like
I got
17.
it printed.
It was got 17 pages.
Yep.
And I used that example.
Yep.
On the road to Austin.
To Austin.
To see.
To the circuits of the Americas is where
To
we
see NASCAR.
Yeah, it was a road race. It wasn't like an oval track. It was road race.
Yeah, I wasn't.
pretty cool.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to expect.
It was cool. It was very cool.
Those cars are loud.
Yeah, awesome loud. It's muffled, though. It's not like a high-pitched sound. It's a muffled.
It's throaty.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, oh, it kind of puts pressure on your ears.
I just mean the actual volume in decibels was way louder than I thought.
Yeah.
I've been next to race cars. I've seen funny cars.
Yeah.
I've been next to, but that's when you're up close.
But
we were
yeah.
in the stands, a good, I don't know, it's probably between 50 to 100 yards away.
50 yards maybe. Yeah.
But it was loud.
It was closer than you think it was.
I had to plug my ears with my fingers.
It was probably 40, 50 yards. It was close.
And I thought, well, this is not bad. We're going to have, my dog's in here. He's coming to the studio.
Bo.
Yeah.
What's going on, Bo?
So the car, since they're on this weird shaped track, they got to go up.
It's a road race.
Straightaway.
Yeah,
they got
it's
lots
the
of
F1
turns.
track.
We
It's an
sat
F1
on
track.
turn 15.
Yeah.
So
I think there's 21 turns.
all the cars, they left us. I said, "Oh, good. I don't have to plug my ears very long." Well, then there's another car coming. And then, like 2 seconds later, another car. And then you didn't get a break.
No. No, it was pretty cool.
After a couple of laps, certain cars were just in the.
Yeah.
There was no cars around them at all.
Yeah.
But anyway, we had a blast.
But what happened before everything got started?
Oh, at
you
the
remember
very
when we got to
beginning.
their seats? We sat there for a little bit, and then they did the.
They had a
their-
lady come on that was going to say a prayer
Yeah.
for all the drivers and just
That was
say the
Riley
prayer.
Riley Gaines. That's the lady that's
Right.
been. I think she was on Fox the other day, or even today. She was on Fox and Friends this morning, I believe.
Yeah.
She's the lady that's been fighting for no men in women's sports.
Right.
And so she did the
She
prayer.
gets on there and says, bow our heads, let's
Yep.
pray, Lord,
Yada-
right. So
Yada,
as she's
yada, yada.
praying, she says, bless the drivers, have a safe race, all the like a spiel that they say. And then she said, may God bless the United States of America, and may God bless our president, Donald J. Trump. There's probably 40,000 people
People
there.
go crazy.
Everyone's clapping.
And most everybody's rednecks, so
But not this guy behind me.
Nope.
There's some older fella. I would say older than me, but maybe mid-60s,
Yeah,
probably 70, early
probably.
70s.
Yeah.
Long gray beard, and he starts mouthing
Yeah,
off
hippie dude.
all kinds of bad words right
Yeah.
behind me.
Very bad words.
We can't say them right
No,
here, but I
no.
mean, he just started going off.
Blankety blank Donald Trump.
Right,
Blankety blank him.
He hated him,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm like,
He's our president,
even if
regardless.
even if you're not a big fan, can
Show
you
respect,
not?
and it's a prayer.
It's a prayer.
Yeah.
Can we not pray for the guy? Right?
Yeah, to
No
lead
matter
us
who
right.
it is, even if it's a president that I'm not a big fan of,
Yeah.
I would like to
I
pray
mean,
for that guy.
I said
maybe
a
even
little in the middle of that prayer. I say a little prayer for you for your paper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I needed
So
it
I
too.
mean, you needed it, and
So,
it worked.
anyways, this guy's mouthing off. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I say
Yeah,
out loud.
not loud, not just whoa, whoa, whoa. He said whoa, loud. Whoa, loud.
Yeah, I said whoa, whoa, whoa. I look behind me. He's probably three.
And he's still mouthing.
He's three rows up.
Yeah, he's still mouthing.
He's mouthing off. Since he's still mouthing, I go, hey, hey, we're not doing that.
We're not doing that. I was
And,
like, oh God, here we go. I thought
and
the fight was going to be
so
on.
the guy did quiet down,
He just
and we didn't hear from him for the
never
rest
again,
of the race.
never again.
But the guy directly behind me
Yes,
taps me on my shoulder and says,
I'm with you.
I'm with you, buddy.
I'm with you, buddy. Yeah.
And then our friend Sean, he was like, "Oh my God, what's Joe doing?"
yeah, yeah.
And then he thought that guy might come down.
Yeah,
And
oh.
he said, "Man, I was ready."
Hey, if I gotta have somebody on my team, I would take Mr. Scott.
Yeah.
Sean Scott any day.
Yeah,
That man got some guns.
yeah, he does. He said, "Man, I thought that guy was gonna come down the stairs." He's like, "If he was, I was gonna grab him and put him down them stairs." I was
Yeah.
like, "Well, I thought I was
Yeah.
gonna have to come."
If I'm gonna have anybody on my team, I'm glad. I would love to have Mr. Scott. I call him Mr. Scott. He used to be our security guard at the school, so I always called him Mr. Scott in front of the kids. So it's hard for me to say Sean.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's one to have on your team. He's a good one. So
Anyways, besides the little guy mouthing off, fun race.
fun race. It was tight. Like the same guy was pretty much leading it for about 3/4,
Yeah.
and then maybe half.
Then he got to like 3 cars back,
Yeah.
and then another car led for quite a while.
And then Kyle Busch took over the lead.
And he was number 8.
Yeah, number 8. He
Yeah.
led for a long time, and then there was a caution, like with about 12, 15 laps left,
Yeah.
and then they had a restart, and he won the restart, but then his car was, I think he drove it too hard to stay in that lead.
He had pit.
Yeah, he had pitted.
He just
for
get
sure.
some gas and tires, or
Yeah.
we don't know.
I don't know exactly.
Well, for those who don't know, I'm not a big race car fan.
I'm not. I mean,
I don't follow
I like
it.
it. I don't follow it. I used to follow it a lot when there was Dale Jr., Dale Earnhardt Jr. That was my guy. I used to kind of follow it a little bit. But
Well,
not in a long
there
time.
was a couple of fans up front, and every time the Napa car would go by, I believe that was 9.
Yeah.
This car was so far behind, and these guys would stand up and shake their arms and scream like that driver's gonna say, "Oh, maybe I should go faster because that fan is hollering at me." But anyway, that car was way back there, but
Yeah.
he worked his way up
Yeah.
until I think he ended up getting
Yeah,
fourth.
that was Chase Elliott. Yeah, he thought he had a broken shaft or something.
I remember they had to like fix his
Fix something.
fenders.
Yeah,
and stuff
they
up
had to
there.
fix something. They thought he said his car was wobbling, so he thought he had a broken shaft, and they had to go in there and fix some stuff. So
Yeah.
he was like almost dead last.
Yeah,
and he fought his
but
way
those
back.
fans,
Yeah,
they cheered him every time.
He had a group of people down there. Every time they come by, they'd take their cap off and wave it at him.
The
and
DeWalt
holler.
guy ended up winning number
Yeah.
20.
Christopher Bell.
And they had, just to those guys' right, there was 2 guys that had DeWalt hats and DeWalt
Yeah,
shirts and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
They were all over it. But yeah, it was a really fun time. And
Yeah.
we better not leave them hanging.
Yeah.
I did more homework on the way home.
Yes.
Sunday, it was due at midnight. I turned it in at 10 o'clock, and then just because I wanted to make sure it was going to submit, and then I tweaked some stuff, and then, because you get 3 attempts,
Resubmitted. Yeah.
I resubmitted at 10:33.
Yeah.
I had almost an hour and a half
then-
to spare.
Monday, you're walking around. I'm asking you, Joe, how do you get your paper done? Yes. What do you think, Joe? Oh, I don't know. I'm kind of nervous. I'm
I was really
Joe, you'll be
nervous.
fine. D equals diploma, you'll be fine. Even if you get a
Well,
D.
the courses I'm taking, you're supposed to submit, and then you get it kicked back if it's not that good.
Whoa, let's stop. Let's stop right here, Joe. It's 7-week course,
Yeah, it's a condensed.
and you're supposed to work on it a little bit every week,
Right.
not the last
I
3
understand.
days.
I understand this.
And that's what happened.
That's why I was nervous.
So, kids out there, if you're listening, do your work
Do
when they're
not
supposed
procrastinate.
to. If it's due in 7 weeks and they're giving you every week to turn things in to make sure it's good,
Yeah, you turn it in. They kick it back and say, "Hey, this needs a little work," and there's a rubric, and so you do that, and then you can tweak it, and then you get a A or a B.
yeah.
So I was
all
worried.
Joe was doing was doing podcasts.
I was I was worried that there wasn't that I didn't do some of it, and they would I'd have to take the class over. Like if
Yeah.
you fail that one big paper at the end, I would
It's
have
done. Do it over
yeah.
again. But what did you make?
I ended up getting an 89,
That's
which
awesome.
it ruined my perfect 100. I had 100%
Yeah.
the whole time I've been going to UMHB.
Hey, that's pretty good.
But I think my other A's from last year and first semester, I think
You're still fine, Joe.
yeah,
You're still fine. But you learned your lesson, correct?
I did.
Yeah.
We already started a new semester, and I'm already looking and reading and getting going.
Yeah, it's never good to get behind like that.
Oh God, I hate it.
Then it's a panic.
A
the
girl
whole
at
time.
work, her and I said, she had some paperwork to do, and she said she's going to do it, but she's going to do it later. I said, that's when I like to do stuff,
Yeah.
later.
Yeah, that way you know it gets done.
I'm a procrastinator.
That way you know it gets
And
done.
her and I, we thought
later.
maybe we'll start up our own business. We'll be the procrastinators. Like, you need something done, just give it to us.
Hey.
We'll do it later.
T-shirt idea for your band.
The procrastinators.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one.
They were a short-lived pop band.
Short-lived.
Yeah.
Because they were procrastinators.
Yeah, they were procrastinators. They didn't ever hit the road. No one heard them.
Oh, yeah.
They only cut one album.
You
Didn't
want to
go
write
into-
some music this week? Nah, let's wait till,
Yeah, they're gonna do it later.
wow, let's wait 3 or 4 weeks. And it never got wrote.
No.
They're procrastinators.
Yeah.
Short-lived.
Then a couple of guys, they ended up getting out of the band.
You could put in the back of it, short-lived tour. The short-lived tour, 2002.
Yeah.
The procrastinators. 'Cause,
They only made it to 2 cities.
yeah, they procrastinated. Couldn't get there. See?
Speaking of T-shirts, if you're looking for the What's Going On with Jesse and Joe podcast T-shirt that has a scannable QR code on the back, it is on my Etsy store that I can see. Apparently, when other folks go to the Etsy
Yeah,
store,
they can't see
it's
it.
not there.
I don't know what's wrong with Joe.
I don't know what's wrong with it either.
Joe
So stand by.
sometimes don't hit a button. He's like, oh, I think I forgot to.
Well,
put a
I
button or
researched why that might happen, and it said because you didn't have a thing that you created on Etsy.
something. Oh, okay.
I created it on Printify,
Yeah.
and it published it to the Etsy store, so I can see it on my Etsy store, and it looks like it's there fine.
But can they go to Printify to buy it?
Hmm.
I mean, somebody got to. If you want to sell it, you got to be able to go somewhere to buy it.
I don't know. I mean, it is published,
Yeah.
but
I mean,
on Etsy,
you're
I
gonna
mean,
go broke.
on Etsy, the store's name is Force 10 Apparel, but on Printify, I don't.
If people can't buy the T-shirt and they keep saying, "Joe, we want a T-shirt," and you're like, "Oh, I'll get you one." Well,
I
if
know
you
I'm working on it.
If
I'm
you
letting
keep
them
getting
know.
if you keep getting one, you're gonna go broke buying T-shirts for people that should be buying them,
Well, and I'm paying full price.
and you're paying full price.
Yeah.
You don't get a discount on yourself. You ought to have at least a code or something. Some kind of code like what's going on 10. Get 10% off.
maybe I did get a discount. Maybe
Yeah.
I did get it for the cost that I don't know, but regardless, the point is, stand by with me, folks. Just give me a minute to figure this
This is
Printify
what happens
Etsy.
when we're like at this age and we try technology. Sometimes it just doesn't work.
Well, when you're working well over 40 hours,
Yeah.
trying to do a podcast, trying to print a shirt, trying to do homework, projects,
Yeah.
and write essays,
Yeah.
it takes. Oh, I designed I had Grok design me a logo.
Oh, they did?
Force 10 Apparel, and it looks pretty sweet. I've narrowed it, and it
Hey, try to do one for us. See
yeah
what
yeah
do it. What's
it's
going
it
on?
spelled stuff correctly. It put a couple
Oh.
times there were some spacing
Yeah, 'cause issues
with the
ChatGPT. They can't spell.
oh it's all over.
I
the
feel like
place.
they do it on purpose.
To get you to pay for the extra. Oh no, wait,
Hey,
you
no,
already
I
paid
already
for it.
paid for it. No, it's just I think they want I think they just want to be dumb.
I don't think anybody wants to be dumb.
I mean, but why not? I think I don't know. I don't know why they spell wrong.
It's because it's not a text block where it's typing something out. When they tell you the answer to your questions,
Yeah, it's
you
spelled
say,
right.
yeah, it's spelled right. They're just trying to put colors
Yeah.
in a certain area to make it look like a word, and sometimes it's a little
Yeah.
off.
Okay. I can go. I can understand that. I can see that.
But this is it's a circular emblem. It says Force 10.
Force 10.
Yeah, the number 10, and then at the bottom it says apparel. In the middle, it kind of looks like a compass rose. It's got like a
Like a
star
Okay.
shape on the
Yeah.
inside, and it's like blue on blue.
cool.
First, it wanted to give me like an olive green and a tan, which it wasn't bad looking. Kind of the colors of your shirt.
Yeah.
Jesse's got a camouflage.
Yeah. I had a lot of people tell me today. They go, "Anybody see Jesse?"
It's kind of for those that know, it's like a duck hunting pattern. It's
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
olive and a couple of shades of brown.
Yeah, and I had brown pants on, so it kind of, hey, they told me just don't move. We can't see you. So, yeah.
Did you want to be invisible today?
Yes.
How
I
was school for
invisible.
you today or this week?
School this week was pretty good. I have a meeting for one of my students tomorrow, so we're having to get all the paperwork done for that. Really no big stories. No,
no.
kids have been pretty good this week, actually.
We got a truckload of chocolate.
Oh yeah, that was ridiculous.
I guess somebody
That's a lot of
knows
chocolate.
somebody knows somebody,
Yeah,
and one of the Walmarts in the area had leftover Valentine's chocolate.
the
and
hearts,
it's
the
well
chocolate hearts. the
yeah,
hearts,
it's well
the
after
packages.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, like it needs to go in a fridge or something.
Oh my gosh, there's so much.
Yeah, yeah, but they say they're expired like in 26.
I know. I
So
read
it
that on
makes
the
you think,
box. I
what
was
kind of preservatives are in that chocolate?
Ugh.
Yeah. So
I mean, I'm still eating them.
I know y'all got a big old box. I just got a little pallet, little plat of them. I didn't get a bunch. I didn't get that. I mean, I don't like that kind of chocolate. Those cream filled things.
Oh, they're yummy.
I don't like it.
There's a
Now
couple
that my wife's hearing me talk about this, she's probably gonna say, "Well, hey, you brought me some home." Yeah, I'll get you one, Daff.
Okay. Yeah, you don't want to be in the doghouse.
Yeah. I can just hear it now. How come you didn't say you got that chocolate?
I eat on them a little too much, I think.
Yeah. Corey's been my
Yeah, your buddy in
my
your
buddy.
room.
Yeah, he been eating it. I don't.
I probably
don't like it.
I probably had 8 pieces of chocolate today. I did drink water, and I didn't drink soda today.
That's good.
Yeah, or
Good.
sweet tea or anything.
Good.
Just coffee in the
Yeah.
morning and then switch to water.
I got my Route 44 Sonic drink here, all water with some lime. I paid for a big old deal of water at Sonic because I like the ice.
Well, it's okay,
Everybody likes that Sonic ice.
and it's cheaper than a drink from there.
Oh yeah.
And if you're drinking it and enjoying
I
it, it's just as good as somebody
you
paying
go buy a bottle of water at the store, it's gonna cost you $1 for a 16-ounce bottle.
more than
So-
that, I'm sure.
No difference really.
If you're getting what you want and
Yeah.
it's good for you,
It is what I want.
it's better than paying $4 for a fountain drink of something that's bad for you.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it.
But no, school's been good for me. Just been busy with that, getting ready for that meeting for tomorrow.
Well,
Our annual meeting.
tomorrow's Friday, and that's our last day of school for a little while because spring breaks after that.
Oh yeah. Oh, I had my truck. I dropped my truck off Wednesday at the high school.
For the automotive kids to work on it.
Automotive kids, and they just gave me a parts list of what all I needed. My AC needs to be replaced. I need a new
Compressor.
and whatever goes with that. So I like a couple of lines and some other stuff, and I want to change all my hoses, my serpentine belt, all
So
that.
is it a long list?
Yeah, and then
Is it going to get expensive?
not really. I mean, its parts are expensive, but when I stop at a light or a stop sign and I sit there for a little while and my engine's hot, the oil is hot, my check engine light comes on, or it says check gauges, and my oil pressure goes all the way to 0.
Huh.
And it doesn't hurt anything. It's just the pressure, the oil pressure sensor
Is it only at idle?
only at island when I'm sitting at a light.
Yeah.
And then what I do sometimes if it's going to be a long light, I put it in park, and on my truck, on my diesel truck, I can hit cruise and set at the same time, and the RPMs will go up to about 1 point. They go up a little bit, the RPM, and they hang there. They'll stay there. And so I do that, and it revs up, and whoop, and don't never do it. It don't ever.
And the oil pressure goes to where it's
it stays fine.
Okay.
Now if I'm at the light and I'm just sitting there and it goes to 0, I just tap the gas and roll up a little bit, and it goes right back up again.
Did the high school kids tell you what that might be?
Yeah, it's oil pressure. Well, I have a friend back home that's a really.
It's a sensor.
It's a sensor. That's
Oh,
what it. I called him. It's a guy that works. I guess he's worked for all kinds of dealerships, but he's like a diesel guru. I mean, like people call him, even like the people from Detroit. They call him.
Huh.
And he said, "Oh, I know exactly what it is. It's just your oil pressure switch." He said it's real simple. Sensor. He said it's real simple. It's right by the block, right there where the filter is. He said just unplug it, put a new one in, and boom, it's fine.
He's like the diesel whisperer.
Yeah, exactly. That's what he is. And he said it's an easy fix. I said, it can't be anything else. I said, I'm having voltage problems because my batteries are bad. Could it be alternator? It's not getting the power. Could it be something else? He goes, no. He goes, I've seen a million of them, and every time it's that oil pressure sensor. So
Yeah, that
I got to
doesn't sound
replace
too
that. And
expensive.
I think the part costs like $17. And so
And
anyway,
no labor because the high school
and
kids.
no labor. But anyway, they gave me a parts list. It was $697 for everything, which ain't bad.
Even that air conditioning compressor.
For the compressor,
Yeah, that's not bad.
and all the stuff that goes with it. So a hose, the little thing. I can't think what that's called. Evaporator, maybe. I don't know.
Oh,
Anyway,
the dryer or something.
The dryer.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that. $697, $700. That's not bad.
Yeah.
It would probably cost $2,000 or more,
Yeah.
$2,500 to replace that air conditioner.
I had an air
System.
conditioner compressor replaced, and the guy asked me if I wanted to replace the dryer. So we looked into it, kind of researched like how the dryer is and all that.
Yeah.
It was like $30 part, if that. But the labor was
Oh, yeah.
exponentially more because of
Yeah.
that little part.
The compressor costs $250. Everything else is cheap.
So I think that my compressor, I think buying it and getting it done at a shop was like $700. But if
Yeah.
I wanted them to replace the dryer, which he said could be the reason why the compressor went out.
Yeah.
So if you just replace the compressor without doing that, you might be right back in the same boat.
Yeah.
But he said 9 times out of 10, it ain't.
Yeah.
I said, you know what? I'm rolling with the odds. Let's not replace it. We just replace it.
I'm not that lucky.
And I never had
No problems.
to do. No,
I replaced mine at about 100,000 miles, and now I have 230,000. So I'm having to replace the air conditioning again. So it went over 100,000 miles
each time.
I'll take that. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's not bad.
No.
My truck is old. I have a 2005 Dodge diesel. It's almost 20 years old. It is 20 years old. This is 2025, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, my truck is 20 years old. So it's an antique now.
Well, if for its birthday, a 20-year-old, he's getting some new stuff.
Get some hoses, get an air conditioner. Yeah. So it's all good.
You ought to have them replace the batteries too, so you don't got to do that.
I plan on it. I'm going to go buy some batteries, and I'm going to bring them with me. I'll probably go to Costco and get them and have them put them on too. They're going to do it all after spring break. I'm going to get all the parts.
Yeah. So you
while
got
we're off.
in the week, yeah.
Yeah, and then take it on that Monday. We get back from spring break, and it'll probably stay there a couple of days.
You gonna chill at the house? Or you gonna go somewheres?
Wednesday, we're going back home.
Yeah.
We got to file some papers, some probate papers on my mom's house and the property and stuff. Get all that settled. We're gonna do that Wednesday and Thursday. So I'm going back home to the Houston area Wednesday and Thursday next week. But I don't know what else we're gonna do before that. I want to go do something.
I just want to do stuff but around local area.
Yeah.
There's some restaurants and stuff I want to go.
That's what I want to do.
Is
I want
Austin
to go eat
area?
some places. Yeah.
Oh,
try
you and
something
I, we're going to try to get a bunch of folks to go to the German place.
Oh yeah, Wahlberg.
Yeah.
And Wahlberg. Yeah, we need to do that. Well, it's cool. We
Yeah, because
actually,
it's outdoor. I mean,
we
there
actually
is
ought to
some
do
stuff
that
that's
this
outdoor.
weekend.
Yeah, let's do it.
We ought to do that this weekend on Saturday.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, we'll get some pictures and put it on my Instagram.
Some Papa band. They got Papa band there.
Is that their name, or are you just saying that
No,
because
it's
that's the
just
noise
the
they make?
polka music, that accordion and stuff. Papa. Papa.
All right. What
I
else
like-
we got going on?
I don't
Oh,
know.
we spoke about the prayer and Trump, and that guy wasn't a fan. He had a speech. That's something that went on. The State of the Union address.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was really disappointed in that deal. I mean, everything he said was good. He was honoring certain people there. There was like the lady that her daughter was killed by the illegal immigrant. Another mom was there of the young girl from Houston that also was killed. And like they recognize them, they stand up. Half the place stands up. All the Democrats just sit there. They don't even clap. I mean, that's just disrespectful.
It is sad, and I almost am embarrassed for them.
Yeah.
Because they really did.
Yeah.
It's not good.
And there was
I think that how that looked, I think it looked
didn't look
bad.
good.
I feel bad for them actually.
There was a young boy, I think he's 13 now. I think when he was 8, or maybe a little younger, he had brain cancer. And his life dream was to be a police officer. But when he was diagnosed with brain cancer, they gave him 5 months to live. And I believe he's like 13 now. But, I mean, it's just a miraculous story.
Does it look like he's in the clear with the cancer now?
I don't know. He's had like
multiple
surgeries, like over 10, maybe 13, 17. I can't remember what they said. And they made him an honorary Secret Service agent. And they gave him a badge. And his dad was holding him up. And he just leaned over and just hugged that guy that brought in
the Secret Service agent.
The director.
Yeah.
I think he was a director.
Yeah.
Gave him the biggest hug. I mean, it was so satisfying. It was a beautiful moment.
Yeah.
And all these people standing up, and all the Democrats are just sitting down. I mean,
it's embarrassing.
I mean, come on, leave the politics aside. This is like real life. These are people.
Yeah.
These are stories that transcend these are
party lines. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, just get up and clap for those people. You don't want to clap for Donald Trump. You don't have to. But, I mean, come on. Show some respect to those people.
Not only did they not clap for that, the stuff he was saying in between that, stuff that's going on for the country, right? Like, I heard last night that 80% of the population wants that type of stuff done. Just the stuff that he's...
Well, that's how he won.
Right.
I mean, he told the people what he was going to do, and they voted for him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not doing anything that he said he wasn't going to do.
I don't know what Democrats, what platform they would even have next go-round.
I mean, he's our president. I mean, I've always had respect for our president. That's how I grew up. You're supposed to have respect for your president.
Yeah, same.
He's our president. I never, growing up, that's what we did. We respected the president.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen anymore.
Even if it was a president that I didn't care for.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, if somebody was saying a prayer, I would be like, yeah, you know what? If anybody, that guy does need to be prayed,
Yeah.
God, please let that guy make some good decisions, finally. You know what I mean? Even if I
feel
even if I wasn't a fan, I would.
That's what's wrong with our society.
Yeah. And when we were in the military, there was a saying, you don't necessarily respect the person, you respect the rank.
The rank. Yeah,
right.
Same thing.
So
you respect the office, the president,
yeah.
office of the president. And that's what's wrong with our society now, is all these kids don't have no respect for nobody. They talk to you like trash. Sometimes the kids just talk negative, cuss you, whatever they want to at school, and nothing happens to them. I mean, they have no respect.
Everybody's scared to do something.
They have no respect. I don't know who's not teaching them their respect or where it's coming from, but I guess probably like that old man that said what he said during the prayer, That's a perfect example. Or the Democrats sitting there holding those little signs up and not clapping for all these people that, had lost people and stuff like that. That's disrespectful. And they see that, and that's where they get it from.
Do you think that, I mean, I know it's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for them. It's embarrassing that of people from other countries that see what's going on in the United States, because that's all over it's broadcast all
they
over the
see it.
world. How embarrassing, you know what I
It
mean?
is for our country.
But what besides that? Let's look past that for a little bit. Do you think it's kind of good that they look that stupid? You know what I mean? For voting purposes? I mean, look at some. I mean,
yeah,
look at those people in that audience.
yeah,
First of all, look how some of them are dressed.
right,
Like, they on national TV looking
right,
like that.
right.
You know what I mean?
There was one lady. She was funky looking.
That's the person I had in mind when I said
Yeah.
that.
Did I
Yeah.
send you that meme?
No, I just seen her in the
That
audience.
meme of that lady with that purple hair, and then the guy that got kicked out. He got censored today.
Yeah.
Al Green from Houston, Representative Al Green.
Oh, you were saying how embarrassed you were
They
that
had
you were from
him.
that
They
area.
had a picture of him, that lady with that purple hair, and Nancy Pelosi, and it said, that they looked like they were characters out of a Batman movie.
Yeah, I mean, part of me I'm kind of glad that they look that stupid. You know what I mean? They're going to have to answer to their constituents, and maybe they're just not going to get voted anymore. What do you? I mean, you're not clapping for that. You're holding up a sign. How immature is that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Who does that? They're adults
Yeah.
representing. How many people do representatives represent nowadays? 800 and some odd thousand.
At least.
Well, I mean, there's supposed to be a certain amount every one, right?
Yeah.
So some districts are bigger because it's less populated, but some really populated areas are like a small. So I think it's 900,000.
Yeah.
So I mean, those people saw them on TV.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're not gonna clap for the kid who had cancer,
Yeah. You're not clapping for the kid that had cancer.
and you're
Or
not
the
clapping
kid that
for.
his dad got killed. He was a police officer. His dad was a police officer.
Oh yeah.
He had a
yeah.
great. The kid has like a grade point average of 4.86, and they told him there at the deal that he had got accepted to West
That's
Point.
right. That's right.
That's a good honor. Heck of an honor.
Yeah.
And so good kid too. So it looked like.
And being told you got to go in by the president of the
Yeah.
United States.
Yeah. All right, Joe. That's enough. Let's get off our soapbox.
All right.
People don't want to hear all that all the time. But
No, I'm just throwing it out there that it
Yeah.
might be kind of good in the long run that they made themselves look like idiots. That's all I'm saying.
they've been doing that for the last 4 years.
I think it's different this time. Because the stuff that he was talking about, people want. Oh, you know what else he's doing here shortly? He's pushing in for the no taxes on tips
Yeah.
and overtime.
Yeah. No taxes on overtime. Man, you know how much money I would have made in the oil field if I
Oh,
didn't
my
get charged
goodness,
at
brother.
overtime?
Yeah.
It's like 30% almost, 28% or something like that. They tax you. I mean, I made good money. And just imagine, I can imagine if I
When
would've
Wendy
got that
works at
money.
the airport overtime,
Yeah.
she can either decide to take comp time or decide to take overtime, and she always takes comp time because if she takes overtime, the tax bracket it messes her up.
It is.
It's almost
bad.
It's almost like you're not getting paid
No.
for what you worked
You're not.
because you get to you pay in so much more taxes. So
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be very soon.
Yeah.
Like maybe before
Well, it
this
already
pod.
passed one side, right? I believe it's passed the Senate and then passed. It got to go to the House.
I don't know.
I believe it passed. One
I just
side.
heard this. It's getting pushed
I
pretty
think
quick,
so, yeah, in committee or whatever they call it, probably or
Yeah.
something.
which is good. So maybe by the time this podcast is
Yeah.
out, and I don't know how long that takes to get into effect, but
Yeah.
that'll affect us here at the house because
Yeah.
Wendy gets overtime
Right,
quite often.
Right. Yeah, that'd be cool.
And no taxes on tips. That'll really help out.
I agree with that. Those waitresses and stuff, they don't make any money other than those tips,
Yeah.
and then they get taxed on them. You know, they get a little salary usually, little paycheck. You know, probably like $7 an hour or something like that. Maybe.
And I understand one part that it's income, and that's tax. Some
Yeah.
people think it should be taxable income, and it helps out the big picture. But when I've already paid taxes on it, and somebody does me a solid by doing something extra for me at the restaurant, and
Yeah.
I give them my cash, why can't they just take the cash?
Yeah.
And spend it on however they want instead of having to go in, put paperwork, file it, and then have to pay taxes on all those. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when
It's
I go
just
out to
me
eat,
giving somebody money.
I always try to make sure I have enough money for a tip in cash.
You and I both, when we
Now-
eat,
now, I
we
don't-
usually
I'll
tip
use
cash
I'll use my debit card,
for the
but-
meal.
yeah, but
Tip
give
cash.
cash because man, they can put it in their pocket and go home.
We think.
Hopefully they do, you know. So
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't know.
when I was a waiter before I joined the Air Force, we had to claim a certain amount that they assumed you made. And if you made more in tips than that, you were supposed to write it down on how much you made.
Yeah.
I think we did it weekly and then probably had a 2-week paycheck or I don't know, something like that. But so anyways, that's going on in the world.
Yeah.
There
I
was
don't know.
a deadline to return hostages ASAP.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, he's been saying he's gonna, the full force of the United States on him. If they don't return him. But I mean,
Oh, Hamas.
I don't know.
Hamas. They need
I
to
don't know
get their act
exactly
together.
what they're gonna do. I mean, he did the tariffs, and now he's backing off the tariffs a little bit today on the cars from Canada and
Mexico.
Mexico and stuff like that. So, is it him giving in? Are they negotiating? Probably some negotiating there.
I think that was part of his plan the whole
Yeah,
time.
probably so. But he says they'll go right back up though in a couple of weeks if they don't get the fentanyl and all that stuff straightened up on the border.
Yeah.
So
I bet they are going to, though.
you would think they would.
I mean, they don't have a choice, really.
No,
You get your act together.
no. Did you see where Alberta
Yep.
said they're ready to join the United States?
Yep.
Alberta's like Texas.
Yeah.
That's the oil and the cattle and the crops and all that. That's where all that
And a
comes
pretty
from.
conservative.
Very conservative. Yeah, it would be a red state
Yeah.
if
So you
if
think we'd go
Alberta-
51?
I don't know. I don't think it could happen, but it'd be pretty funny if it would.
I mean,
We'd have like a finger sticking up north.
I think.
What it would look like.
Yeah.
Got the United States and then the one sticking up right in the middle, like one finger sticking up. You think about it.
Yeah. What would be a blue state, you think? Quebec?
Oh, Ottawa, Quebec. Yeah. Ottawa and Quebec. Yeah, for sure.
I bet we'd get Nova Scotia.
Maybe Nova Scotia. Yeah.
New Brunswick. No, wait, not New Brunswick. That's a town in Texas. That's down south.
New Brunswick.
New
New
Brunswick.
Brunswick. Yeah.
And Nova Scotia. Yeah.
Yeah.
New Brunswick. New Brunswick.
And he's still
They
talking
sounded
about
similar.
Greenland. Even he said it in the speech.
Yeah.
He talked about Greenland.
Good.
He said, "Hey, you people in Greenland, y'all want to make a decision on what y'all want to do. We're here."
I would be okay with Greenland as a territory.
Yeah, me too.
Just like we have other territories
Yeah.
around, but not necessarily a state.
Yeah.
Which we have Puerto Rico, the U.S. Virgin Islands, Guam, right?
Guam. Yep.
Yeah, so it would be another territory.
Yes.
Just like Alaska and Hawaii were territories for quite
and
some
it would
time.
help us shield North America.
Yeah.
Because it's right there on the other side of Canada.
Yeah.
And so it's a block right there. I mean, we're protecting Canada and the rest of us.
I wonder if they got a lot of cool touristy stuff to do up in Greenland.
I don't know. We can go see the Northern Lights, right? There?
Yeah.
Or is that Iceland?
I think either.
Probably both. Isn't that redundant, the names? Iceland is green and Greenland is ice.
Yeah.
Was that like a joke?
No, it was initially the explorers that came from Europe went over there. And when they came back, they put on their maps, this is Greenland, this is Iceland, because they didn't want people to go to Iceland. They're like, we call it Iceland, nobody's going to want to go there.
So
we
they
call
call
this
it
one
Greenland.
Greenland, people are going to want to go there. Yeah, no, they just did it to trick people, I guess,
You think?
initially.
Or maybe they messed up.
It's
They
stuck.
got to where they were going and they were like, man, which one was ice and which one was green?
No,
You know?
no,
And they couldn't afford to go
No,
back.
it was
And so they were like,
no.
Okay, let's take a guess. What does it going to matter? Greenland, Iceland. Okay. Here we go.
No, it was intentional.
I can't believe that was intentional.
I mean, it was probably the 1500s, 1600s.
Yeah. That's just mind-boggling to me.
Well, maybe even before that.
Greenland is ice. Iceland is green.
Well, I think Greenland is not necessarily all. Well, I don't think Iceland is necessarily green that often. They both ice.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it snows there and stuff, yeah. But it's got green.
Yeah.
Like, it looks...
I'm telling you, it was
kind of
intentional.
pretty. Iceland's pretty.
I know.
Greenland, not so much.
But they wanted to deter people from going there and
Yeah.
overpopulating it from the get go and or staking flags in it from other countries.
Yeah. Okay. What's for supper, Joe?
I haven't decided.
Well, at least Wendy's home, and you're not deciding before she drives up
In the parking lot,
in the parking lot. Yeah.
expecting dinner.
Yeah.
I'm okay with going somewhere tonight.
Yeah.
What about McKeska's?
McKeska's.
You a fan?
Oh, I like McKeska's.
Yeah, me too.
Which one do you go to? The one right here in Belton? Or
Yep.
do you go to one in Temple?
We go to both, just
Yeah.
depending on what area.
I've only eaten at this
town.
one once here in Belton. Temple one I've eaten at a lot. Good
I
things
don't
about
know.
the one
I
in
don't even
Temple.
know which one I've eaten at more. We go to both.
I like the one in Temple.
It just depends. Like some areas of town, if we go into Belton, we're here, and if we're on the other side or the other side of Temple, we would go there.
Yeah.
And plus, my parents live on the other side over there,
Right.
so we'd meet over in Temple
In Temple,
probably.
yeah.
Yeah. But I like their hamburger steak.
Hamburger steak.
That big old, yeah, it's big, covered in gravy and grilled onions. It's yummy.
Making me hungry, Joe.
And you can't go wrong with their barbecue
No.
or chicken
No.
fried steak.
It's a pretty good place to eat because they
Yeah.
got a lot of everything.
My boys get burgers.
Burgers. They're burger guys.
Well, that barbecue, and they get burgers.
Yeah.
But you're right, they like it, so
Yeah, and it's not the greatest barbecue either though. To me, I call it fast food barbecue. It's not competition style barbecue.
well,
It's
didn't
not,
Clem McKeska win all the competitions back in the day, and then
yeah,
started
but there was
restaurants?
nobody else cooking barbecue. It's not like it is now, when everybody and their mother's cooking barbecue.
Well,
back then there was only a few barbecue people, and it was like families probably. Like you got that Louis Mueller's over there and Taylor and McKeska's. You had families, and that was basically what it was.
I think the reason why his restaurants hit it off is because he was award winning, but also the barbecue sauces.
Maybe, maybe. There's the McKeska's back in El Campo, where Daphne's from, and it's another brother.
Oh, okay. Not
Yeah.
Clem.
No, it's another brother.
Oh.
And then there's another one in Columbus.
Yeah.
And
But they're not too expensive.
no, that's what I'm saying. It's not your high dollar barbecue like you would go get at a barbecue place.
Like Terry Black's or something.
Or Miller's barbecue where we eat breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, it's good in a pinch. I don't complain. I know what I'm going to get when I go. And so I don't have a high expectation.
I hear you.
So like if I go to Miller's or I go to Chef's or I go wherever, Terry Black's or wherever I go, I have a really high expectation.
What's your other place over in Temple? Fat Guys?
Fat Boys.
Fat Boys.
Yeah, I fit right at home with that place. And yeah, their competition style barbecue. That's what they do. And so they got good barbecue too.
And that one's a little more pricey than.
No, it's
Is it
not.
not?
No, they don't use the prime briskets. They just use regular briskets. Whereas like Miller's and those places use prime briskets, which I know
Why? Yeah, why use prime
You're
if you're
cooking
gonna?
for-
Yeah.
18, 20 hours, 12, however long you cook, this sucker's going to be tender as heck when you get done with it. But it has more fat, probably more marbling in the meat. So it's probably, has a better,
I bet they get to advertise that it's prime.
they do,
Yeah.
and they can charge a higher price.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
Well, that's good that. What is it called again?
Fat Boys?
Fat Boys.
Yeah, Fat Boys, yeah.
Well, that's good that they're not too pricey.
Yeah, I've seen them on TV at those those shows, those barbecue shows
Oh yeah,
where they go to those competitions.
like on Food Network and stuff.
yeah.
Cool.
So, yeah,
And
shout out to Fat Boys.
They're over in Temple, right?
Yeah, and old Dairy Queen. That's an old Dairy Queen building they're in.
Oh, okay. Now that you say it, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my go-to.
I want to go there. Let's go there. We don't
Okay.
ever have time to go that far.
Yeah,
when
but
we're
they're
at
only open
school.
on weeks. They're not open on the weekends.
No wonder.
And
it's
they,
hard
and they
for us
close
to
at
get
6.
over.
Yeah, but they're open Monday through Friday, and they open till 6.
But they so far away, we can't get a lunch from.
No,
That's we
no,
can't drive
yeah.
that far.
Yeah, so.
What else we got going on?
Oh,
We talked about the T-shirt debacle.
T-shirt debacle.
Stand by, folks. I'm gonna work on it. I promise.
I know y'all are just
We
Just
talked
die
about
to buy some T-shirts.
we talked about I got out of my class unscathed.
Yeah,
I passed.
89.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Learned a lesson.
I learned my lesson not to procrastinate.
Learned a lesson.
And then, well, you know what? I'm going to take advantage of our spring break, than not having to work for 40 hours, and get some schoolwork done. So
Yeah.
I get ahead of myself.
I started a new reward system for my kids at school. I used to give out a lot of rewards, and I think the kids took it for granted, in a way. You know, I mean, they do good. I give them things, but
Like candy and chips and stuff.
But but I try to give them healthy stuff. You know, try to, but not so much candy. But now at the end of the day, I do rock paper scissors with them, and I give them 3 chances, and I try to lose
Yeah.
so they can get some treats. You know, if their
Yeah.
numbers were good for the day, and if their numbers are like above a 4 on my scale that we have, I do rock paper scissors
Out of
with them.
5.
Out of 5,
Yeah.
yeah. I do rock paper scissors, give them 3 chances to beat me, and if they beat me 3 times, they can grab 3 little things out of my little dish there, out of my candy bowl. And at the end of the week, though, I give them tickets every day, and at the end of the week, they cash in their tickets. and I have a
If they were
closet.
good.
If they were good, they get
Yeah.
these tickets. You know, there's numbers are certain numbers throughout the week. I give them these tickets as their prize instead of giving them a bigger treat like I used to do during the day, every day.
Yeah.
So now I do it at the end of the week, and they have to, and it teaches them responsibility because they have to keep up with those tickets from Monday till Friday, and then at the end of the month, all the tickets I put their names on the back of them, and they go in a bucket, and somebody will draw out 1 ticket, and I buy that person a lunch.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's incentive for them to
You
do
get
good,
like a
to
McDonald's
get more
or
tickets. Oh yeah, I
Chick-fil-A.
bought this Friday. The boy that won on Friday, I bought him on Monday. Where did I go get him? Oh, he went to Sonic.
Oh,
He got a burger from Sonic. So
that
Yeah.
sounds pretty good.
yeah, so it's whatever they want on Adams.
Oh, okay.
Any food
Yeah.
place on Adams.
Yeah. You're not traipsing all over the country.
Oh, I'm not going all the way across town to
Nah.
go get him something, but I'll go to Adams. You know.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And it just so happened that the boy that won didn't have a very good day that day. And so it was like, you know, I'm like, man, is that good in a way that he won it? But I mean, he deserved it because he had the tickets
Yeah.
from the week, from the few days
Well, something
prior.
to cheer him
So-
up.
And yeah, exactly. So yeah,
That's good. What else we got?
man, I don't know. Kids, I don't know how many kids I caught today running down the halls. And today I was just mean, Mr. Jesse. Today
Yeah.
I would stop, go all the way back to where you came from, and walk. You know, I bet I did that 7 or 8 times today. I don't know why.
You think they were trying to not be tardy, or they just feel like running down the hall?
They just want to. I guess that no. Sometimes it's just right when the bell rings, with the first bell, and they're running as soon as the bell rings. You know,
Yeah.
and so they run right by some teachers, and they don't say nothing. That's what gets me too.
Yeah. It's aggravating.
We all need to be one cohesive unit, and we all need to be on the same page.
Yeah.
And when we do that, I think our school will get better. Not that there's nothing wrong with our school. I just think if we're all on the same page and everybody did the same thing, and I know my teachers are listening to me, and they're probably shaking their head or maybe mad at me, but I just think that if everybody would be on the same page, you know, cell phones,
taking their
behaviors,
hoods off.
taking the hoodies off. I mean, I'll tell a kid, hey, take your hoodie off, and they'll walk by to it. I've seen it walk by right by the teacher, and the teacher don't say nothing. You know, so I mean, and then there's times I go, why should I say anything if nobody else is going to say anything? And that's probably what happens to everybody else, because maybe at one time they did say something, and
They
they
did.
saw
They did.
they see people not doing it, and they're like, why do we do that? And it just a downhill.
I don't know if it's because they see other teachers not doing it, but I think when they did it at the beginning and the kids maybe take it off and then they go down there and they put it right back on, they're
Yeah.
like, why am I, it's exhausting.
Or, hey, why do I got to take it off? Such and such has his on all day long. Like, well, I'm not worried about that guy. I don't see that guy. I can see you with it on right now. Take your hoodie
But
off.
I'm starting to explain to them that it's not the fact that I don't want you to have it on, but that since that's the rules,
Yeah, it's a rule.
and if you have yours on, you're telling the people that all the other students in the school
I can break the rules.
that I can break the rules, or the rules don't apply to me, but they do apply to you.
You're right. And that's
Look at me walking with my hood on.
And that's when it comes right back to the respect and the disrespect, like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
And
I'm sure that kid doesn't think that.
No.
He just feels like having his hood on. But
no.
when I say, hey, take your hoods off, please, and they'll say, okay, and I'll say, thank you, and then 2 minutes later, they round the corner with their hoods up again.
Yeah.
Then I explain to them, hey, when you guys do that, it's being rude to the other students because that's the rule. And we can't just not have the rule.
Yeah.
Because we got 989 kids there.
Yeah.
Or whatever the number is. It's up there. You know what I mean? And we can't just have the rule, everyone put your hoods on. That's fine. Let's not have that rule anymore, because then it's a safety thing. I think we've talked about this before. It's a safety thing, and there's just, you'd have over 900 kids with their hoods up.
Sometimes I think I'm just too old or something, maybe. No, everybody else just thinks it's okay. I don't know.
I don't know. I think some of those teachers are looking for other things.
Yeah,
and they're
maybe
concentrating to think about something else, and they don't really notice that kid had a hood on. But you and I, it kind of rubs us the wrong way, and we're like, why does that kid have his hood on? I just told you 2 minutes ago.
Because I believe in rules.
Yeah, but that other teacher might be thinking about, the kid not being to class on time, or the fact that they did their phone might be hanging out of their pocket.
That's more important. I mean, sometimes they think, well, maybe let's just teach.
No, I know. No. I don't think that. I think that they literally don't see the kids with the hood on because they're thinking or paying attention to something else. They're like looking for kids pushing each other, or hands around their thing, or phones in their pocket, or you know what I mean, like they're
inappropriate touching or whatever.
They're looking at other stuff, or they're listening, and then they hear that kid talking about doing something, and they're, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And the hood, I don't think it goes in those teachers' minds that those kids are having a hood on and they don't care. But you and I, our eyes see that, and we kind of like, oh, that kid has his hood on again.
Yeah. Well,
I think they focused on other stuff.
Maybe so. I did run some kids out of the bathroom this morning before school started. They shouldn't even been in the 6th grade hallway. They're supposed to go to the cafeteria and go to the gym, and they were in the 6th grade hallway bathroom.
I'm always running kids out of
They were in there just talking in there.
Yeah.
One of them was on the phone talking to his mom. The other two were just sitting there talking, listening. And I'm like, what are y'all doing here? Y'all not even supposed to be here.
I tell them it's weird.
Yeah.
They just laugh.
Yeah. And bathrooms are nasty.
Yeah. I was like, come on, y'all, quit hanging out in the bathroom. Y'all, that's weird. These girls are going to talk about you.
Yeah.
And then the other problem is you walk past the guys' bathroom, getting them out of that, and then there's ton of girls in the girls' bathroom. I said, what's going on in that girl's bathroom? Why is there 11 girls in there? And they go, 11, that's not even a number.
Yeah.
And I said, well, it means a lot. There's way too many girls.
I go by the band hall to go check on a kid at lunch during 8th grade lunch. And I've walked by, not looking into the girls' bathroom, but peripheral.
That's the bathroom I'm talking about.
Peripheral, looking to the side as I'm walking by.
Yeah.
It's so full. And they're not supposed to be like that.
I know.
There's supposed to be a number limit.
It's supposed to be like 4 or something.
And there's like multiple, like 10.
Yeah.
Like more than 10.
That's the bathroom I said it. I was like, come on, ladies, there's 11 girls. Why is there 11 girls in there?
11. Yeah.
But
it's better than 12.
They putting on makeup and talking and on their phone and
yeah.
But
you know what hadn't been a problem this year?
Yeah, I know what you're gonna say.
What are you gonna say?
I think I know.
Vaping.
I knew it. Yeah. I don't know why. Like 2 years ago,
I think
the 8th graders
were pretty bad.
Yeah, every now and again we'd catch them.
Yeah. No.
But not
this year.
I don't think last year either.
Oh,
right?
There was a few last year,
Was
but
there?
not so much. But this year, I haven't heard hardly anything.
Not one. Remember a couple years ago, they caught the substitute teacher vaping in the bathroom?
Yeah. I complained on that guy.
No, it was a girl.
No, I'm talking about the guy. There was a guy. He's the one that wasn't allowed to come back no more after one of
oh.
my guys got into it with him.
Right. No, this was a girl
Yes.
before that. She goes into the bathroom, and then they ask a female in my office, "Hey, can you go find out what girl is in the bathroom and just wait there because we think she's vaping?"
I remember that.
And the girl comes back. She goes, "There is no students in there. There's just a sub." And the sub comes back, and they're like, "Well, show us your pockets." And that girl's like, "Nope."
Nope.
So they said, "Bye."
Adios. Yeah. Yeah, the guy I'm talking about, one of my students.
I know who you're talking about. He was a younger guy.
Yeah, one of my students. He was he was late to class. It was about 3 years ago. He's late to class, and I said, "Hey, where were you?" He goes, "I had to go to the office." I was like, "Oh, what did you do?" He goes, "Oh, I didn't do nothing. I went to talk to the AP." "About what?" He said, "The sub was vaping in the classroom while we were in there, and they didn't do anything about it." And then that same sub would sub like PE, and we would go to PE with the kids, and he would go, "Hey, I'm going to the restroom. Can you watch the class?" Okay. He'd be gone for 30, 40 minutes. The class only 50.
Yeah.
He'd be gone the whole period.
That's crazy.
He'd go vape. And that's what he was doing. I could smell you walk into one of the teacher bathrooms, or you walk in, you could smell the fruity flavors that he was, but they never did anything about it. But
he's gone now.
Once he got into it with one of my boys, though, he was gone. So
Yeah.
I'm glad. I mean, he didn't need to be there. He needed to be doing that. So
Yeah, I'm glad that that these kids don't want to vape.
yeah,
this year.
I think they're learning that it's not good for you. It's worse than cigarettes.
Yeah. Or at least they know that there's no way they're
Yeah.
getting away with it at school.
No. Oh yeah, maybe they think there's no getting away with it at school. Maybe they still do it, but they don't do it at school. But I'm hoping they don't do it because it's not good for
It's
you.
terrible.
Yeah, that's bad.
It's bad for you, and it's addictive, and gets expensive.
Yeah. What else up, Joe? We're about to wrap this thing up.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. I don't really know what else is going on.
I'm ready to go get something to eat. Fat boy got to get his grub on.
Yeah. You gonna eat out in a restaurant?
I don't know. I might.
See if your wife wants to meet you somewhere. Maybe we can all
No,
go somewhere.
dude. My wife done took her bra off.
Oh, she done for the night?
When she takes the bra off, she ain't putting it back on to go anywhere.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, she's done. She's done.
Huh.
When I called her a while ago before I got here, she was already laid out in the jet tub, soaking in some Epsom salt.
I hear. Okay.
So I know she's done for the night.
What about eating and taking her some to go?
I already told her. I asked her. She said no. She was fine. She was good. She was gonna take care of herself.
Okay.
So I'm on my own. So if y'all are going somewhere, I go with y'all.
Yeah. I don't feel like cooking.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan.
I had.
I did order DoorDash last night.
What'd you get?
You ain't gonna believe what I got though. What food?
What, groceries?
No. Dairy Queen blizzards. At 8:30, 9 o'clock last night, they delivered.
Sometimes you get a hankering for a blizzard.
Blizzards.
What flavor did you get?
I'm a Heath guy.
Oh, I love the Heath bar.
Stephanie got the turtles, the turtle clusters.
Oh, I love those too.
Yeah.
Well, there's not probably too many blizzards that I don't like.
Right, yeah. And I was mad. I ordered them at 7:40, and they didn't show up till like 8:45, and they were ready to be picked up at 8.
Were they melty?
Well, they have it now. DoorDash they'll pick up multiple orders for people and go deliver those. So I'm texting this person. I'm like, hey, that's ice cream. My stuff's gonna be melted by the time you get here. And they said, ¿Puedes decir eso en español? That's what they texted me.
Yeah.
Can I say that in Can I text it in Spanish?
Yeah.
Because they didn't speak English.
And so did you?
Yeah, I sent it to them in Spanish.
That's good.
And they said they were sorry, but they were on their way. So, and they weren't too bad.
They taste good?
Oh yeah, it was
There you
good.
go.
It was good. Maybe 3/4, 7/8 of it was good.
Oh, okay.
So
So just a
good.
little
Yeah, just a little
melty.
bit. And Daphne didn't even eat hers. I think she tasted it, put it in the freezer. She's saving it for today or tomorrow, whenever. So, yeah.
Man, that sounds yummy.
It did. We tried to get them the night before, and the machine, the ice cream machine, was down at Dairy Queen.
What?
Yeah.
How's
And
ice
it
cream?
could have been too late, maybe because it was
They just
when I
didn't
looked on
feel like it?
DoorDash, there wasn't no option to get blizzards at Dairy Queen.
Oh, okay.
So Daphne says, "Well, get me a dilly bar." So I ordered her a dilly bar, and I got me a. No, she got a Buster bar. That's the one with peanuts.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
I
like
got
those.
the dilly bar. So 2 nights in a row, we got Dairy Queen treats. So, I mean,
I like the
What else
peanut
are we
butter
supposed to do?
parfait.
and then Daphne said that too. She said, "Well, give me one of those parfaits." I was like,
But
"No,
that's got the ice-
they have no
yeah,
ice
yeah,
cream."
it's
She's
got
like,
the ice
"Oh,
cream in it."
okay." Those dilly bars and stuff, they're already pre-made. They got them in boxes there,
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's what we did. So, anyway, I'm making myself hungry, Joe.
I know. Let's go get some food.
All right, let's go get
I'm
some
getting.
food.
I don't know if I'm getting chicken fried steak or that hamburger steak.
Hamburger steak sounds really good. You made me hungry for hamburger steak.
Yeah.
when you said that.
That gravy on it is so
But then
good.
I might get some barbecue. I don't know.
I almost never get barbecue there.
Yeah,
I-
I might
because
try
I
the
just
hamburger
like
steak.
that hamburger steak
I
there.
think I'm going hamburger steak with no onions.
All right, let's wrap it up.
All right, dude. Adios, Joe.
Okay, see y'all.
Bye.
Bye bye.
What's going on? What's going on?